and welcome to the Jamie Foster Brown Show. And I'm Jamie Foster Brown, and thanks for joining us. And today I'm so delighted to be with my girl, Vanessa Callaway, who's cast as the lead villain in the #1 hit show for Black TV viewers. This is the 5th season of Saints and Sinners. She plays Ella Johnson, Lady Ella Johnson, the pastor's widow, and she's terrible. She's greedy. She's corrupted, and she don't think about nobody else, and don't think twice about murder. For her, it's my way or the highway, honey. So, girl, what's gonna happen tonight with your greedy, evil self? You're so sweet in real life. I said it's so hard for me to ingest all that. You're so wonderful, and I'm just extremely proud of you. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, Jamie. Let me just say thank you for always being so supportive over the years. You and I go way back, and you've always been so kind and supportive, and I really appreciate that, especially as we get older in this industry. That's when you need the support, no, seriously, yeah. That's when you need support as we get older, and
why is that?
Well, because, everybody wants to jump out and support young folks, which we should always lift our young folks up. But as we get older in this industry, things change. We change, our look changes, the work changes. You're going after trying to get work, and when you're doing stuff, that's when you need people to rally around you when you've been here for a while to, remind the industry and everybody out there that this person's been here, and let's celebrate what they've done and what they can continually contribute to the industry. That's what I mean, because it's like, it's hard sometimes to get folks to get you and lift you up because they just kind of go like, oh yeah, they're focused on the new hot whatever, and that's fine, but we can't forget the people who put the time in too. So that's all I'm saying.
Right. I know, but not only that, we are able to also instruct and help the young people as they come along. You don't throw away your elders.
Right.
Elders are important in many societies. The elders are important because they're the teachers, and also they're the ones who set the tone and pave the way for you. But we don't, like you said, that's why I'm so elated about you having this role, because first of all, I said, I know her. She's so sweet. How could she even play this role? What does it take, for you to do that?
Well, that's the fun part. That's the fun part, because you get the thing about acting is therapeutic. You get to put your therapy that you need or want into your role. You also get to be everything you're not, because we can imagine what it's like to be a bitch on wheels. I mean, that doesn't take a lot of imagination. So that's not how I choose to live my life as Vanessa. But I can imagine what this person would be like, or what they would go through, or the things they would say, and how bad they would treat people. And because that's not me, because I would never treat people that way or speak to people the way that she does, it's fun because you get to release that. It's like you get to have a fantasy. Like
you might want to do that.
It's like a what if. I mean, that's not me, but what if I was? How would I do it? You know what I mean?
Well, listen. So, what do your kids say about that? They must be in shock when they see you so, in that role, that sort of.
Now they have seen me. They have seen a little bit of that character. I've needed to pull some of her out on them a time or two when they were growing up. But no, they don't. They respect the fact that I'm an actress. They are always happy for me, and they're in industry. My one daughter is a literary manager at the Issa Rae's company. My oldest daughter, Ashley. And then my youngest daughter works at Lionsgate. She's an assistant to the second, I don't know his name. I can't think of his name right now, but second guy in charge, she works for him. So they understand what it takes, and, all that, why it's necessary that I be that way.
What are we going to see tonight?
I haven't seen the second episode yet. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
so I haven't. Jamie, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been so busy. I'm directing a movie here in Atlanta.
Are you? Okay.
Yes, I'm directing a Christmas movie with the same production company, with Swirl Company, and also it's for TV One. So I have been so busy. I haven't seen the episode yet. So I don't know.
where
Tell
you
me, Jamie, what are we gonna see
you're
tonight?
very no,
I can give you an arc. I can give you an arc of what the season's about. But we shot. I was just saying in another interview, we shot what you call block shooting. So we block shot like 8 episodes, which is unheard of. It's a lot of work and it's very confusing, because what that means is, like, when we were shooting Lady Ella's house, for instance, every scene for 8 episodes, we shot in a matter of 3 days at the house, 3 or 4 days.
Oh my God.
So after a while, it gets jumbled.
I
didn't know what episode I was in. I'm not gonna lie, because we were all over the place shooting it. So yeah, I can't even remember what episode 2 is about.
What about all the lines? How do you even get time to remember the lines that or I mean, that's just muscle.
Well, you do. I mean, it's a technique. And basically that's my job. I'm supposed to learn lines. That's what I'm getting paid for. So what I do is I look at my week's work ahead. Like, if I know that I'm going to be on this particular set, like if we were, like, say I use Lady Ella's house, for instance, then I look at the week, get a schedule, and I look at what's going to be shot on Monday, what's going to be shot on Tuesday, what's going to be shot on Wednesday. Okay. And I pull Thursday and Friday, and I pull all that out, and I put it in the order of which I need to learn the scene. Because I need to do it on Mondays, like this is Sunday. So on Sunday, I would be working on all Monday and Tuesday stuff, getting those scenes down, and then Monday, I'll probably be working on Tuesday and Wednesday, so you just keep adding. Right. I have a general understanding of what the whole week work is about, but I have to be very particular and break it down and learn everything for each day. So, I mean, that's my job. I got to learn the lines, and I do.
That's amazing how that's something that people don't really concentrate on, is how you all memorize so much. And I mean, long dialogues, you know what I'm saying? Something, but then you forget it, because I know,
right.
It's gone after it's done, so you got to, like, erase it. It's just, to me, knowing how you are and watching some of your scenes, I was just like, it's so impressed with her. I said, I know this baby. She's nothing like that, but I'm very happy. This is the #1 show for Black TV.
I know, and that great. I mean, we're the little engine that could. I mean, because from the day one when we started, we've never had a lot of press, and we just caught on, and people, now that we're on Hulu, it's been amazing because people are binge watching it on Hulu. So many people stop me to tell me, "Oh, I love your show. I binge you." I sat down and I ended up watching all the seasons. I get that a lot. And then I told my mother, and I told my this, and I told my so and so, and then they started watching, and now we love the show. And I think that's the beauty of all these platforms nowadays. So many platforms, so many different ways to get content. And that is the beauty of it, because it's helped our show grow even more. And and so Hulu's been great for us.
Do you know what the episode is for tonight? Do you know what's going to be aired tonight? Which one?
Episode 2.
Yeah. So, so is there anything that I thought it was very, very, Jesus Lord, I was like this. I was like, it was so good, I was excited about it. I thought that, you're with, Clifton Powell is one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, I love Cliff. I love working with him. We have a good time.
And you all have, I enjoyed it so much. So tell me a little bit, were there any scenes that you felt like you just could not do? That you just had a problem with, and are you able to sleep at night and get all of that out of you and just start anew the next day?
Girl, I go to sleep so fast and so hard, Jamie. Man, so quick and so hard. I've been trying to catch up so that I'm ready the next day. No, there was, because it's all, when stuff is written well, it's easy to do, because you don't have to do too much work because it's there. So I always feel very lucky because, we have good writers, and there's no scene that, that I felt like I couldn't handle or didn't want to do, or, and once again, that's my job.
Let me ask you about the writers. Because the writers are like, is Russ Parr one of the writers or behind the show also?
Oh, Russ directs a lot of our episodes. He didn't direct this season, but in the past he's directed a lot of. No, he's not a writer, but he directs a lot of our episodes. He has, yeah.
Amazing, because I know him as a DJ. What?
Yeah. But he's a filmmaker too. He directs and does, writes movies. He does write, but he doesn't write for this show. He directs. He's directed a lot of our episodes. this season his father was not well, so he didn't direct. Unfortunately, I really missed him too because he's a good director too. I love working with Russ. I love working with him. Yeah, but he didn't work this season.
He didn't work this season at all.
He didn't direct any episodes this season because his father was ill, so he didn't do any. Yeah,
I'm impressed by the number of producers and directors that were Black. You know, that I'm just amazed how well you all put everything together. The storylines are incredible. The performances deliver exactly what they're trying to get. I'm just so happy. I just think this is amazing. It's a whole new world for us, because you remember when Hollywood was not for us, and it was hard for us to even get a role. What do you think about how you all have progressed now? How things have opened up for us?
I think it's great, but I think it's still a long way to go. But definitely, it's great, and it's long overdue. I mean, I look at the show like that. I don't watch the show, the Bachelor, that franchise. I mean, they've been on for how many years, and they just finally got a Black man, and that's one of the reasons I didn't ever watch it. I'm like, when they start getting Black people on that show, maybe I'll watch it. So and we've got to speak up, and that's what we're doing now. We're speaking up, and now, sadly, what we've always known, they're seeing that Black content is important and it can make money. They didn't want to do a lot of Black content in Hollywood because they didn't think it made money. They didn't think they could sell it overseas. They didn't think anybody cared. But now it's okay to be Black and have Black content. Now we're in. Our hair is in. Our look is acceptable all of a sudden. And now they want interesting ethnic looking characters, even in predominantly white shows. They try to find people with, different looks. So, hey, it's cool. I mean, if it takes us this long as we get what we need to get, it's cool. But it goes to show you that there have been all kinds of talented people in the wings just waiting for the opportunity, to say, oh my God, there's so many Black producers and actors around. Again, well, they've always been there. They didn't just appear. They've just been there writing and waiting for somebody to buy their content or waiting for somebody to give them, a moment. I'm working with this brilliant young man who's a DP. He is going to be something. He's 31 and he's a very good DP. So, that young man deserves all the chances he can get. And now that there's more content, because we have more platforms, there's a lot more people that need to be hired for these platforms, to get this content out. And a lot of them are going to be Black people. So that's very good, but it still has a long way to go. We still need more and more and more. People say, I vote for the Academy, right? I'm on the Academy for the Academy Awards. Okay. Yes. And people say, how do you think when time to change? And I always say, when we have a category of like 7 nominees or 5 nominees, and there's only 1 or 2 white men in it, that's when I know it's changed. Yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? When there's like 7 people and 5 of them are other Black and Hispanic and Asian, and there's only 2 white boys that's being nominated, or 1 white boy, it was only 1 Black man, always room for 1 Black man. That's when I'm gonna know it's changed, because you will see that the whole layout of the business is changing, and more people are getting recognition for their work, and it's not based on the power of the white man. So yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask you something. Are Black women being more revered now? Or do you see the difference now? Are we looked at as a beauty? Are we looked at with beauty now as opposed to as a maid? You know what I'm saying? The look that we should try to have is not blonde anymore, long hair, whatever. Do you see?
I think it's kind of yes and kind of no. Mm-hmm. But I definitely think that we are, our beauty is being more revered, that people are noticing the beauty of Black women and wanting us in their projects. But I still think some of those stereotypes still exist. Yeah.
Still exist. What are we going to see then? Why should people tune in tonight?
I mean, because it's, we leave every show with a cliffhanger because you just don't know what's going to happen to the next one. So you just gotta watch to see, and you gotta really watch it, because when we get to the middle of the season is when some juicy stuff happens. You're gonna really find out a lot about Lady Ella. There's a beautiful scene between me and Donna Briscoe, beautiful scene, and you will find out a lot about Lady Ella. Lady Bird, why she is the way she is, and even Lady Ella understands her more, you know.
Okay, yeah.
So you got to kind of watch the first few to get to the meat for the end part.
Well, I'm
because a lot's about to be revealed this season. I'll tell you that.
What about there's not as much nudity in our or how do you all feel about that now? The nudity, there's more being revealed, I should say.
When you don't always need it. I mean, it's necessary sometimes. I mean, and a lot of times it's not. Leave a lot to the imagination. You know, we know what sex looks like. We don't need to see it all the time. You know, now, if you're talking about a serious movie and the characters need to have intercourse because it's something to do with the stories driving the story forward, then that's one thing. But just put sex in and have somebody naked just for the fact of doing it, it's not necessary. We all know what that's like. You know, there's still, to me, I like the mystique of letting somebody just let the camera pan away or let them walk in the door. We know what happened after that.
How long you been married now, Vanessa? Because a lot of us want to get married. Well, you know, I'm a widow, and I was married 46 years. Yay, girl! I mean, that dude was all of that. Okay, he just was all of that. So, how do we get married? How did you manage to get this guy who's been with you how many years now?
We've been married 33 years this September.
See, that's
together about 30, almost 35, going 35 years, but married 33 years this coming September.
And how did that happen? What is it? What's the secret? What is it that you
Well, you know, I just think that I recognize that God sent me my husband, and he recognized that God sent him his wife. Because so often people, they're sent their mate. They just think that something else is better is going to happen, and they let them go.
This is that you're saying that, you know.
No, really.
They are sent their mate, and mine was sent. I know that. Go ahead.
Right, but you know, he might not be as tall as you like him to be, or well, you know. And I was telling, I used to tell my young girlfriends, I said, honey, in 15 years, everybody gonna be bald and fat. So he gonna lose hair, you gonna be losing hair. He gonna gain weight, you gonna gain weight. So don't look at it now. Y'all was trying to tell these young girls, it's like, look at the heart of that man. Is he gonna be a good father, a good provider? Do you guys communicate well? Or do you have fun? Does he make you laugh? You know, my youngest daughter has been dating her Morehouse boyfriend, or Spellhouse couple. They're so cute. And they've been together since they were like right before their junior year of college. And now they're like, you know, 27 and going to be 27, going to be 28. And I asked her one time, you know, I said, is he the first person you want to call? Good or bad news? My husband's the first person I want to talk to if I get good news or bad news. He's the first person I want to call. And I asked her that, you know, she said, yeah. I said, you know, that's a big thing. You got to recognize little things like that. And a lot of women, they complain about not having husbands, but sometimes they gave their husband to another woman.
What do you mean they gave their husband to another woman?
Well, we work on men, you know, we think we're working on them. And then you break up with them and you got them right for the next girl.
Right, exactly.
So all the lessons that you taught him and you let him go because he wasn't tall enough or whatever he wasn't enough of. Now he already married her and you still looking for a mate. And then later I've heard women say this, you know, I should have married so-and-so. Yeah, well, probably, because that was your husband. You just didn't recognize it at the time. So I just, you know, me and my husband went on one date and we've never been apart, literally.
Really? Oh my
really.
God.
We never broke up. We've never broken up. Never almost broke up. We went on one date and we've just never been apart.
Okay, I know I got to go, but there's more that we can talk about later. You know, it's a big show tonight. My platform is about healing, and I want you to tell all the other girls that anything that you all can offer to help our nation be better, act better, be kinder and gentler to one another. That's really what I'm about right now, because I'm in pain about all of the, you know, babies left out there, girls that without boyfriends or husbands, you know, people fighting and killing each other. We got to do something, Vanessa. So so you could tell all the girls that we'll be talking, okay? And I just appreciate you so much. And I'm going to call you back again. Good luck tonight, girl, but you scared me. I'm telling you, when I was screening that, I said, my Vanessa can say those things. So you're an incredible actress, and I loved you in Coming to America too. Don't let me forget that.
It was so quick. Did you see me?
But you know what? Look at your face. Look how beautiful you are. Look at you. That's your inside. short, your face shows us your inside. The
Oh,
beauty
oh, you're so sweet,
inside.
Jamie. Thank you. I love you so much.
I love you too. Thank you so much for
Hey,
joining
call
us.
me, honey, if you need me. I'm always there for you. Call me if you need me.
It's tonight, Saints and Sinners.
Saints and Sinners tonight.
Okay, don't miss it. Bye-bye, baby.
Bye-bye.